Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome to my channel. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. Haven't been feeling well lately. I've been in the hospital twice, but you didn't come here to listen to me complain about my problems. You came here to hear me rip the Bible a new one. And today we're finishing up Psalm 119. And we're going from verse 111 all the way to the end, which is verse 176. And so let me share the screen so you know I'm not making this shit up. Hey, seriously, you cannot make this stuff up. It writes itself. Alright, let me make sure I'm sharing. And yep, I am. And alrighty. So let's go. Verse 111. Your statutes are my heritage forever. They are the joy of my heart. My heart is set on keeping your decrees to the very end. Now remember, King David, which I think he wrote this, not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure King David wrote Psalm 119. Anyway, he was a Jew, and the Jews are the ones that have to keep the entirety of the law. The non-Jews do not have to. According to Judaism, they have to keep the Noahide laws, which are they're basically common sense. So I'm not going to get into the Noahide laws since we've got a bunch to get into. Anyway, now the Christians will tell you, well, you got to keep the Ten Commandments. Well, the Ten Commandments are part of the law that the Jews have to keep. So they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth. There's more than 10 commandments. There's 619, I believe, but not everybody has the capability of keeping all 619. Some commandments are just for priests, some are just for men, some are just for women. So, yeah, not everybody does keep or even can keep all of the commandments. You just have to know, if you're a Jew, which commandments pertain to you and which don't. And I'm not a Jew, so I don't have to put up with any of that. Alrighty. So moving on. Verse 113. I hate double-minded people, but I love your law. Okay. That's some whiplash right there. What does hating double-minded people have to do with loving God's law? Anyway, surprising considering David was double-minded during his lifetime, but that's neither here nor there. You are my refuge and my shield. I have put my hope in your word. Away from me, you evildoers, that I may keep the commands of my God. Sustain me, my God, according to your promise, and I will live. Just a minute. Sorry about that. Do not let my hopes be dashed. Uphold me, and I will be delivered. I will always have regard for your decrees. You reject all who stray from your decrees, for their delusions come to nothing. All the wicked of the earth you discard like dross. Therefore I love your statutes. My flesh trembles in fear of you. I stand in awe of your laws. Okay, so Christians will say, well, fear doesn't mean you're afraid of God. They'll say fearing God doesn't mean you're afraid of God. It just means you respect God. No, look what David said. My flesh trembles in fear of you. In other words, I'm shaking because I'm afraid of you. You don't shake in respect. You don't shake because you respect someone. You shake because you're afraid of them. Don't ever let a Christian give you that bullshit excuse that fear in the Bible equates to respect, because it doesn't. It means fear. Okay, 121. And by the way, I don't speak Hebrew. I don't know what the original word is, and I don't really fucking care. Alright, 121. I have done what is righteous and just. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Another point I want to make. Christians will say, none are righteous, no, not one, because that's in the New Testament. But look what David says. I have done what is righteous and just. Okay, David, if you think killing Uriah is righteous and just, I'm just saying. Well, okay, technically David didn't kill Uriah. Technically, he just made it possible. In fact, technically, it was bound to happen because he put him on the front lines. But, hey, don't know what else I can tell you. Verse 122. Ensure your servant's well-being. Do not let the arrogant oppress me. Well, you know, David, you're pretty arrogant yourself, thinking you can have somebody else's wife. And then killing him because, you know, you knocked up that wife. And you couldn't get him to come home and knock her up. So, you know, but hey, not saying anything about it. You know, actually, I am. Verse 123. My eyes fail, looking for your salvation, looking for your righteous promise. Okay, here's another thing that Christians get wrong. They'll say David was looking forward to Jesus. No, he was not. In Tanakh, what Christians call the Old Testament, Salvation meant physical salvation. It meant the deliverance of the Jewish nation from those around them. Now, during David's lifetime, Israel was a free state, but David supposedly knew that the Jews would go into captivity. So, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. That's not what I believe. That's just according to Judaism. All right. So, anyway, verse 124, deal with your servant according to your love. Text. Sorry, my cat got in my way of reading. Deal with your servant according to your love, and teach me your decrees. I am your servant. Give me discernment, that I may understand your statutes. It is time for you to act, Lord. Your law is being broken, because I love your commands more than gold, more than pure gold, and because I consider all your precepts right. I hate every wrong path. Alrighty. Verse 129. Chugging right along. Your statutes are wonderful, therefore I obey them. I can think of adjectives more fitting than wonderful, but okay, David, have it your way. They're wonderful. The unfolding of your words gives light. It gives understanding to the simple. I can think of a few other things it gives. But again, have it your way. I open my mouth and pant, longing for your commands. Oh my God. My mind did not need to go there. Yeah, I know, I've got a dirty mind. Get your mind out of the gutter, Lisa. Alright. Turn to me and have mercy on me, as you always do to those who love your name. Direct my footsteps according to your word. Let no sin overrule me. Let no sin rule over me. Sorry. My brain just flip-flopped those words for some reason. Redeem me from human oppression, that I may obey your precepts. Make your face shine on your servant, and teach me your decrees. Streams of tears flow from my eyes, for your law is not obeyed. Well, David, you're the king. Just saying. Alright, 137. You are righteous, Lord, and your laws are right. The statutes you have laid down are righteous. They are fully trustworthy. Again, I can think of better adjectives than right or trustworthy, but not going there. My zeal wears me out, for my enemies ignore your words. Your promises have been thoroughly tested, and your servant loves them. Though I am lowly and despised, I do not forget your precepts. Oh my God. Alright. Yeah, according to the Bible, there were times in David's life when he was lowly and despised, but he's king now. This ain't it. Your righteousness is everlasting and your law is true. Trouble and distress have come upon me, but your commands give me delight. Your statutes are always righteous. Give me understanding that I may live. I call with all my heart. Answer me, Lord, and I will obey your decrees. I call out to you, save me, and I will keep your statutes. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I put my hope in your word. My eyes stay open through the watches of the night. Okay, this is interesting. The watches of the night. I believe there were 3 watches during the night. I'm not too up on that. Um, I don't know when they were. I just don't. But I believe there were 3 of them, and I could be wrong. Um, so just keep that in mind. Um, my eyes stay open through the watches of the night that I may meditate on your promises, hear my voice in accordance with your love, preserve my life according to your laws. Those who devise wicked schemes are near, but they are far from your law. Yet you are near, Lord, and all your commands are true. Long ago I learned from your statutes that you established them to last forever. Look on my suffering and deliver me, for I have not forgotten your law. Defend my cause. Hang on. Defend my cause and redeem me and preserve my life according to your promise. Salvation is far from the wicked. Remember, when we are talking about salvation in Tanakh, we are talking about physical salvation. For they do not seek out your decrees. Your compassion, Lord, is great. Preserve my life according to your laws. Many are the foes who persecute me, but I have not turned from your statutes. I look on the faithless with loathing, for they do not obey your word. See how I love your precepts. Preserve my life, Lord. In accordance with your love, all your words are true. All your righteous laws are eternal. Verse 161. Rulers persecute me without cause, but my heart trembles at your word. Again, I have no idea what the first half of the sentence has to do with the last half, but whatever. I rejoice in your promise like one who finds great spoil. I hate and detest falsehood, but I love your law. 7 times a day I praise you for your righteous laws. Great peace have those who love your law, and nothing can make them stumble. I wait for your salvation, Lord, and I follow your commands. I obey your statutes, for I love them greatly. I obey your precepts and your statutes, for all my ways are known to you. May my cry come before you, Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. May my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your promise. May my lips overflow with praise, for you teach me your decrees. May my tongue sing of your word, for all your commands are righteous. Don't go that far, David. May your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, Lord, and your law gives me delight. Let me live that I may praise you, and may your laws sustain me. I have strayed like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I have not forgotten your commands. And that, my friends, is the end of the chapter, the longest chapter in the entire Bible. And it was all about the law. And yeah, I mean that. The law. As in the law that was supposedly given on Mount Sinai to Moses. I don't believe any of that crap. Okay? I don't believe there was a real Moses. I don't believe there was a Mount Sinai thing. You know, as for, you know, the wandering in the wilderness 40 years, that's a bunch of hoo-ha. Um, The story of the golden calf. Interestingly, the calf was the symbol of El, and El was the main deity, the supreme deity of the Canaanite pantheon. And El had a consort named Asherah. Now, Asherah gets a cameo in the Tanakh, but she's only mentioned in conjunction with the Asherah poles. Um, and they, the Canaanites, including the Jews, I might add, because yes, this is going on even when the Tanakh wanted to whitewash Jewish history and make it seem like it was monotheism when it wasn't. But anyway, not going there today. The Asherah pole was a symbol of Asherah, and the Jews would worship her. But the bull was El's symbol. And what do you want to do when you want to separate out a group of people from another group of people? You're going to give them a new religion. Obviously, that's not the only way, but, give them a new religion. Let's coalesce around this religion and let's demonize the outsider. And that was a way for when Judaism and the Jewish identity was coming together. Because remember, the Jews didn't start with Abraham, okay? Abraham's a figment of the imagination, okay? Didn't start with Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. Get that out of your head. The Jews were already in Canaan. They didn't have to go anywhere. They didn't have to come out of Egypt to live in Canaan, because at that point in time, Egypt ruled Canaan. So it doesn't make any sense for the Jewish people to come out of Egypt proper just to go into another land ruled by Egypt. So, yeah, I'm not making this stuff up. You cannot make this up, okay? Go look it up yourself. I promise you. You're gonna find what I'm telling you. Egypt ruled Canaan at this time. Egypt was a major empire. And, it's, you know, when you learn all this stuff, it's just like, what? Did I really believe a lie my whole life? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Sorry to break it to you. You believed a lie your whole life. I did too. I did too. You're not the only one. You know, Lots of people believe this stuff. They still believe it. You're not alone. But if I can get out of it, anybody can. You know? Because I was into Christianity deep. I was. I was in church every day, every time the doors were open. I went to 2 different Christian schools. You know, from 4th through 6th grade, I went to one Christian school, and 7th and 8th grade, went to another Christian school. You know? And I spent 40 years of my life in Christianity. Yeah, I believed it. I believed it hook, line, and sinker. But you don't have to stay in bondage to Christianity forever. You don't. Just come to the realization that it's all bullshit. And if you want to believe in God, go ahead and believe in God. I ain't going to stop you. But Christianity is bullshit. And I'm going to tell you that. And if you don't want to hear it, then you don't have to. But, you know, I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe you're not ready to hear it yet. Maybe you'll never be ready to hear it. I don't know. That's up to you. You do you. I just don't want people throwing their religion down my throat. I don't want them shoving their religion down my throat. You do you, let me do me, and we'll agree to disagree. And, you know, if you want to believe it, go ahead and believe it. But that doesn't mean that a secular nation, and yes, the United States of America is a secular nation, don't let anyone bullshit you into believing otherwise. Yeah. Uh, Stay Christian if you really want to. But I'm just telling you like it is. Anyway, I expected that to take longer since I was going through 76 verses, but guess not. Wow, that was an entire chapter, the longest chapter in the entire Bible, of nothing but I like God's law. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. Alrighty. Talk to you later. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading regularly. A lot depends on my health. It's a toss-up right now. I don't know. I'll come on when I can, and that's about it. So, see you guys. Bye.